So, you ran into this really attractive person and you start to get to know them. Dating app, maybe you met on the street, maybe someone you knew introduced. As you guys begin talking, you find out that this person has a child. Now what? Well, there are some things you need to tap into before dating someone or getting serious with someone, and for damn sure before marrying someone that has a child. I'm going to dive in and I'm going to drop some jewels to you on the things you need to pay attention to before marrying or dating someone that has a child. Finances, okay? So when you're dating someone that has a child, they already have a huge financial commitment already, and that's the kid. They may already have mortgage, rent, car notes, stocks that they're invested in, all those things. But this child that they have is a major expense. Anybody who has kids knows that I'm right. Okay, so if you are a woman that is dating a guy with kids, make sure he's taking care of his kids, okay? Plain and simple. Ask the question, what is your financial contribution to your children each week, each month? And he should be able to easily tell you either I give X to their mom, or he should be able to tell you I pay for childcare, I pay for medical, whatever it is, he should be able to tap in, okay? Fellas, if you're dating a woman with kids, this is a question you should ask as well. How involved is the child's other biological parent, the father, in the financial agreement? What is the financial agreement, okay? Now, here's the thing. Not only do we want to make sure we are tapping into the finances and that's clear, a clear picture, we want to make sure these people have a good relationship, all right? So I'm going to dive into that one a little bit more. But for the fellas, if you are dating a custodial mom and that father is not financially providing for the child, and you come in as her partner or her husband, you are going to end up being on the hook for those financials. So if you don't want to, then you need to tap in and make sure she's able to take care of those children by herself before you enter the picture, okay? So make sure that if you're dating a guy, whether he's custodial or non-custodial, mostly a custodial dad is going to be on the hook and paying for his child, but make sure all of that is ironed out. You don't want to come in having to financially provide for the child. You want to be an extra, not the one that's providing. And for the fellas, you want to make sure either she's getting help from the father if she's the custodial parent. If she's the non-custodial parent, she should be helping too. Okay? These are kids that both of these people made. Nobody gets to opt out on the financial piece. And if all that is good, then you're clear to date. What is the relationship like between the person that you're dating and the person that they have a child with? Very important to pay attention to. If they have a tumultuous relationship, don't get into that situation, because the peace that you may currently have in your life is going to be disturbed if you get into a relationship with someone who doesn't have a peaceful relationship with the person they have a child with, okay? Check out, let them handle that. I'm not saying it's somebody that you have to, throw away forever, but just make sure they get certain things in order before you start dating them. How they communicate, what the text messages look like. Are they always like this when they're communicating with their other half? Or are they screaming on the phone? Like, those things you need to pay attention to, because what he or she is dealing with is going to affect you majorly. If they have a great relationship, tap into that as well, because you want to make sure it's healthy, right? You don't want to be getting into a relationship with somebody who's got things going on in the background with the person still. And I know some of my readers that are men have been very adamant about, I don't want to get into a relationship with a woman who has a friendship with her child's other biological parent, if it's a male. And I think that friendship has to be so super healthy. It has to be something that is not crossing any boundaries, and also something that your partner has to be comfortable with. So number 3 teeters on advice for the parent. Okay, so somebody who's out there in the world dating, and it's also something that the singles who are dating people with kids need to pay attention to. Are you the problem? Are you the problem in the relationship? Are you the difficult parent? Are you the one that's giving your child's other biological parent a hard time? If you are, why? Take a step back, get your beep out the dating pool, take some time to dive into you and the things you have going on. Not only are you going to make your new relationship difficult, but you're going to make it hard for yourself and your child too. For the person that might be dating the problem, ask yourself, am I dating the problem in this relationship? And you might be. How do you know? Well, if you have somebody who say has a 50-50 share with their other biological parent, are they just threatening to put them on child support just because they're mad about something? If you're dating somebody who is not the custodial parent and has the kid, every so often, do you know that they're not giving, the mom or the dad, whoever they're the non-custodial, or excuse me, the custodial parent is, are they giving them a hard time? You gotta really, really check into that, because it is possible that you are dating the problem. You want to exit stage left if you're dating the problem. Maybe you're a really good friend to the problem, and maybe you can talk some sense into them as somebody that they're dating, as somebody that you're building a friendship with, and that's great. But there are people who are in the dating pool who either are still upset, angry, wish the relationship would have worked out. Maybe they were the person that initiated the separation of the divorce and they didn't want to be in the relationship, but they are inherently going to give this person a hard time. Check to make sure that's not the person that you're dating, because if it is, it's going to give you a rough relationship. Thank you so much for tuning into this 3-part series on things you need to pay attention to when dating and eventually marrying someone with children.